Well, hello everybody on officially our last program for 2008. I am Maura Hennigan, your Suffolk County Superior Court Clerk Magistrate for criminal business, representing the city of Boston, the communities of Chelsea, Revere, and Winthrop. It's hard to believe we've completed another year, but it's been a difficult year for everybody, and it was particularly difficult this Sunday, where despite the fact that the Patriots won, they didn't make the playoffs. So I can't think of many teams, I think it goes back to 1985, that have been 11-5 that have not been in the playoffs. And being such a huge Patriots fan, I am very upset. I know I have lots of company, but oh well, there's always next season, and I know they'll do great. Our Celtics have been doing wonderful. Even our Bruins are doing well. So it's a great time to be a sports fan, and 2009, I know, holds a lot of promise in the new year. So we are very fortunate to have with us today two individuals who probably are no strangers to you, and it's because the hike of the tunnels and the turnpikes have been very, very much in the forefront with huge increases, which obviously during very, very difficult fiscal times is a very big burden for people who use the turnpike, for people who use the tunnels, and particularly in my district in Suffolk County, my constituents in Chelsea, Revere, Winthrop, East Boston, as well as people throughout the Commonwealth who use our bridges and our turnpike, really are very concerned about this issue, and that's why we wanted to provide an opportunity to the Stop the Pike hike. Two individuals. We have Spencer Kimball as well as Mike Kelleher, both of them very distinguished, well-spoken, and articulate individuals who I know in your case, Mike, have been in East Boston since 2005, but prior to that lived out in the western part of the state, as does Spencer Kimball presently. And I think what's great, particularly for you, Mike, is you have the perspective from both sides of our state, where you used to travel the turnpike. Now, obviously, you use the tunnel and the bridges. So I would love to have both of you have the opportunity to kind of make your case, really explain to our viewers here. It's actually a very confusing issue because Massport actually has the Tobin Bridge, which is different, although there may be a hike coming on that. But for anyone who's really looking fiscally, given, there's only so much money to stretch, people, they're hurting. Governor Patrick and the Turnpike Authority, kind of between a rock and a hard place. They have financial obligations, they have bond obligations, infrastructure, job issues, the economy. I know the mayor is concerned because Boston being the hub of our Commonwealth, the hub of the universe, we don't want to have a disincentive for people coming into Boston. So this is a tough, tough issue. So why don't you tell us some of the things you've been doing, the hearings you've been attending, and should we start out with you, Spencer?
Sure. Basically, the toll increase occurred on November 14th. There was a proposed toll increase by the board. It's a appointed board by the governor. Governor Romney had appointed 2 members, and Governor Patrick has appointed 3 members to the board. The board voted 4-1 in favor of the proposed toll increase.
And let's tell everyone, for people who may not be familiar, may not use the tolls, what they are now and what the proposal is.
Well, currently, the Sumner Tunnel in Ted Williams is at $3.50 for non-Easy Pass users, fast lane. It would be increased to $7. Also, the Alston-Brighton exit will be increased from $1.25 to $2 for this current proposal. And
Weston as well.
And Mike?
The Weston toll will go from $1.25 to $2 as well. So
right. So it's a significant hike, and as we all know with the big dig in the tunnel, for that piece of it, 'cause there are lots of different pieces to this, and I think that's what is so fascinating is we had a huge, unbelievable amounts of federal money that went into build it because it leaks, as we all know. That's a separate issue, and the Attorney General certainly has been pursuing that. And, part of that has been resolved and others continue to be outstanding. But then the Turnpike, which has to meet its bottom line, has to pay the bills. And what they're saying from everything I have seen, is that they don't have the money to keep things up and operating. So they are looking to have a user fee for the people who use it to pay the burden. But, I think all of us who, whether we're in Suffolk County, anywhere in the Commonwealth, we all benefit from the state of Massachusetts, the city of Boston, Suffolk County, and there's an issue, is it more equitable to spread it around? Well, and I think that's what you're talking about in Stop the Pike Hike.
That is certainly our point here, is that this is not just affecting the daily commuter. We're talking about businesses, we're talking about taxis, we're talking about airport traffic, and that's just for this current proposal. Businesses, they don't get any residential exception. We know that some businesses are going to lose between $30,000 and $60,000 a year. We heard at one of the public hearings, that's 1 or 2 employees are going to lose their job because of this toll increase. And so this is a much bigger problem than just saying, well, these residents in Winthrop and Revere and East Boston, and we can go on the list, and Lynn and Framingham, they're going to pay more. No, it's going to be a bigger problem, just as you said, that the Big Dig, the Mass Pike, is a statewide infrastructure. This is going to be a statewide problem. And at Stop the Pike Hike, we already have members in over 300 cities and towns in the Commonwealth, because people are realizing that this is a statewide issue.
Right.